During this EHA 2024 annual meeting held in the beautiful city of Madrid, I had the pleasure and honor to present the overall survival updated data from the Magnetism MM3 registration trial of Elranatamab. Elranatamab is a bispecific antibody directed against BCMA, B-cell maturation antigen, which is indicated in those patients who are triple class exposed or triple class refractory, namely patient receiving an anti-CD38 monoclonal antibody, an IMiD, and a proteasome inhibitor. The original results were published in Nature Medicine in August 2023, but here in this work we had a more mature follow-up, and we were able to update the efficacy results. Obviously the response rate is still the same. We're talking about 60 to 65% overall response rate, and most importantly it's about the high rate of CR and VGPR, and I think this is crucial for the long-term outcome. And the median PFS is proving to be almost 1.5 years, 17 point something months, and the median overall survival is now 2 years. So these are really very nice, consolidated, reassuring results, confirming the role of Elranatamab as a salvage treatment for relapsed refractory multiple myeloma, and this is good news because now we have really two robust bispecific monoclonal antibodies directed against BCMA and widely used, namely teclistamab and Elranatamab, and we have now mature data for both bispecific antibodies. In addition to the updated follow-up and analysis of the Magnetism MM3 trial, we have also presented the results of the compassionate use program of Elranatamab in 101 patients treated in France in different centers. And these are patients who are different from the patient from the clinical trial. These are patients who are almost like in supportive care, palliative care, and when the compassionate use program was open, immediately the physicians applied to get access. So you would imagine these are patients who are highly advanced. They have a very bad performance status. 35% had more than 2 ECOG performance status. Some patients had kidney failure. We have patients who received other anti-BCMA directed therapies like CAR T cells. We have 1/3 of the patient almost having extramedullary disease, and most of them were refractory to the different lines of therapies. Despite these bad disease characteristics and the bad general status of the patient, we can see an overall response rate between 50 to 60%. So this is in line to what we see in the Magnetism MM3 trial. Obviously, it's difficult to evaluate PFS because this is not a clinical trial, and the assessment of disease progression wasn't made on a fixed I would say, schedule, but we have a median duration of response of 11 months, which is reassuring. But the most important piece of information about the use of Elranatamab in this compassionate use program is about the safety profile, which is proving to be better than what we have seen in the clinical trials. And this is because of the increased awareness about the risk of infectious complications, but also 50% of the patients received immunoglobulin supplementation. And this definitely helped to reduce dramatically the incidence of severe infectious complications. So all of these results from the compassionate use program combined with the updated analysis of Magnetism MM3 are really reassuring and are consolidating the use of Elranatamab in relapsed refractory patient, and actually having data about the real world about the compassionate use program is extremely important, because we need these data, because the patients who are treated in the real world in the compassionate use program are usually extremely different from those included in the clinical trials. So I think when we put all this together, the registration trials for teclistamab MajesTEC-1, for Elranatamab, Magnetism MM3, the different publications from the real-world evidence for teclistamab, and now the compassionate use program for Elranatamab, we have a body of evidence supporting the use of anti-BCMA bispecific antibodies. Of course, the next step is about how are we going to bring these agents into earlier lines of therapies, but also about combinations, because I'm convinced we're not going to stay with single agent forever, and we will refine actually the use of these agents, and this will help to further improve the outcome of multiple myeloma patients.